Hello, my friends. How you doing today? I am doing well, and I am titling this episode "The Things We Forget About Physical Media or DVDs." Things we just forget in general. Wow, something. Things we forget in general about what it feels like to own physical media.
You should have saved me some.
So something happened to me last night, and I had this vision. I had this vision for this video that I felt like I needed to make, and I was like, this would be a good time to make it because I found myself last night. I got these broken ribs. So I'm kind of sitting places. So when I sit, I stay still. I don't really have I don't want to move around a lot. When I find a comfortable spot, that's where I like to sit and be comfortable. But what I found was I found myself sitting in front of the TV in the living room and literally scrolling through my paid channels, my Netflix, my Hulu's, my Disney Pluses, and what I realize is that I am paying a large amount of money to have all of these services. Now, if you haven't noticed, these services are going up. Yeah, they don't tell you sometimes, or sometimes they do tell you, or sometimes you get that automatic payment that's withdrawn from your service, and then you're like, wow, what I was paying. Well, initially in the beginning, we were only paying like $9.88 a month or whatever it is. Now we're paying $19.99 a month or $19.88 a month. And that's per channel. So you might be paying $13 for your Disney Plus, and you're paying $19 for your Hulu, and you're paying $19 for your Netflix, and you're paying whatever for whatever. Listen, whatever your streaming channel of choice is. And I keep the streaming channels because my wife enjoys going through the old TV shows sometimes and just watching whatever. But what I started realizing was, as I was scrolling through these things, I'm like, I'm on the couch. I don't want to get up. I don't want to look at my physical media. I don't feel like searching for something. I'm gonna check through this. What I noticed is that you're kind of limited and forced to watch whatever the algorithm feels like you want to watch. And then what happens is that you're scanning through just like movie after movie after movie, and they let you watch a trailer, and then you kind of like, and then all of a sudden you pick the movie you want to watch, and then you watch the movie, and it's not personal. Like it's like you're wrapped into the movie, but then you're like, what happens at the end of the movie? What happens like so this I grabbed a couple of titles off of my shelf just to show you stuff. Like, okay, this is Kiss the Second Coming. I mean, I just grabbed some random. I grabbed The Sixth Man, okay, and I grabbed all DVDs too. To make this easy, just like Canadian Bacon, starring John Candy, and I grabbed a copy of the Rocky Horror Picture Show just because I love it. Now I gotta tell you, the deal is that there's a big difference between holding some physical media and streaming on a streaming channel. I gotta tell you that when you go into your catalog or your library. I call it my library of videos. I look at the sides. I look at the side of them. They're all lined up, and they're all in a certain order. The way that I decided to put them in the order: horror, comedy, thriller, TV shows, whatever. And then I look at them, and they bring back memories. When you go through your streaming services, you're kind of just randomly scrolling, searching for stuff, and most of the time the stuff that you want to see isn't there, and it kind of forces you to watch whatever it is that you kind of off it, and then it's like sometimes they'll have a part one. Like, I found this the other day. I went on there and I was looking for I don't know if it might have been, they had Terminator 1, but Terminator 2 was gone. I'm like, but what if I want to watch Terminator 1 and Terminator 2? And then I think it was like Predator. I think that it was Predators, but they didn't have the original Predator. And I'm like, what if I want to watch the original Predator? What if I want to watch them in sequence? What if I want to watch them in order? They're not there. They're not there. So it forces me to get up and go look at my library. And then on top of that, it's very personal. Very personal. I'll tell you, if you have a collection, like I grabbed the DVDs, but I grabbed the DVDs because if you do not have a collection, if you are just a streamer and you're streaming for streaming services, it is so simple nowadays for you to start a little collection. Okay, you can, no word of a lie, you can go on eBay right now. You can buy yourself a DVD player for like $20. Okay, used or new for like $20, $30. And you can start yourself a nice little physical media collection just by going to like a Walmart or going online. $3, $5 to buy yourself a physical copy of something that you can have and hold. I don't know. To me, this brings back so many nostalgic memories of going to rental stores, and when you're standing in front of all of those different things, and you're like, what do I feel like watching today? Do I feel like a horror? Do I feel like a comedy? Do I feel like a children's movie? And I feel like bringing myself back to my childhood and grab myself something that I like, a Willy Wonka or a Shrek or I'm trying to look at my stuff over there that I would grab. Or let's say I watch a Disney classic, okay? And sometimes Disney isn't even streaming their Disney classics that you want to see because your Disney classic that you enjoyed was something that they don't agree with anymore. So it's something that that you can't watch on Disney Plus because they didn't agree with it. It's and on top of that, what I also realize is not only do you get to go look at your collection and you're looking at all of these memories on the side and you're like, you know what? I'm in the mood to watch this. So let's say I go in my room and I'm looking in my library and I'm like, I'm in the mood today to watch The Sixth Man. And then once The Sixth Man is done, okay, I'm like, I want to know a little bit more about The Sixth Man. Where are the bonus features? Where are the extras? Where are this is so cool to be able to pick up something and be like, okay, I feel like watching Rocky Horror Picture Show today. And then after I'm done watching the Rocky Horror Picture Show, I think I'll watch the multi-story or the commentary. I'll listen to the commentary. I'll go watch the theatrical experience with the shadow cast, or I'll watch they got a DVD ROM game in this thing. I'll play a game on top of the features that just you don't get on a streaming channel. And I gotta tell you, there's also movies like you ain't gonna find no Canadian Bacon on Netflix or Hulu or Disney Plus, or you might find it like skimming through like a Tubi or a Pluto or whatever it is like that, because it's like not a big name title, but you're not gonna find some of the movies that you actually love. Now I'm not saying that Canadian Bacon is one of my favorite. Matter of fact, I can't remember Canadian Bacon. Maybe I'll put it on and watch it later on. But I'm just saying that I bought it because I love John Candy movies. And if you're looking for John Candy movies, let's say you get up one day and you're like, hey, I'm in the mood for some what was the summer one he did there? Summer it's not Summer Vacation. What the heck was the name of the movie? Summer Rental. Yeah, summer. There you go. Sorry, I knew I was gonna get it. Know how I got it? Because I looked over there and I saw it out of the corner of my eye. There's Summer Rental. Let's say you want to watch some Summer Rental. You're in a mood. You're in a mood for a John Candy movie. You want to watch Uncle Buck. You want to watch a Summer Rental. You want to watch Nothing But Trouble or something like that, and you can't find it on your streaming channels. Listen, it's so simple nowadays, especially when it comes to DVD. Now let's listen. I got some viewers that's what they collect. They collect DVDs, and it's so cool. I'll tell you right now. Sometimes when I interact, because that's another thing, is that when you have stuff like this, it's an interaction thing. You know what I mean? You are able to talk to other people and interact with them about their collections. Oh, what do you got in your collection? Oh, I got this, I got that, I got that. Or you let's say you visit a friend or whatever. You're like, hey, I haven't. What is that movie? I've never seen that before. What? Oh, well, you never seen it. Why don't you hang around for a little while? Why don't we sit down and watch it? If listen, I don't let people borrow things, but if you're nice enough to let people borrow stuff, you can be like, here, take it home with you. Take it home with you. Enjoy it for the weekend. Bring it back. Bring back on Monday. Bring it back on Monday, because when you loan out your collection, it kind of drives you a little bit mad. But yeah, you could listen. You can share your life experiences with people when you have these kinds of things. I'll tell you right now. Nowadays, especially with DVDs. That's why I figured I'd grab the DVDs. But listen, Blu-rays are a step up. 4Ks are on the fence. They're hit or miss. But you can't lose with a Blu-ray, and you usually can't lose with a DVD. So you can start off cheap. Okay, you could get a nice little collection going for like dollars, like literally dollars. You buy your player. If you buy a Blu-ray player, it will play DVDs. So you get two different kinds of things, choices that you can pick from. You can pick from Blu-ray and DVD. Or if you buy a 4K player, you get your 4K, you get your Blu-ray and your DVD, all wrapped into one. But you could just start with just a DVD player. Listen, I will tell you right now, I still own a ton of DVDs. Matter of fact, I try not to get rid of my DVDs only because some of the menus and features and stuff like that, they don't put on the Blu-ray. And I'll tell you right now, if you go on your streaming channels, you're not going to find any of those menus or features on your streaming channels. You don't get any of that bonus features. You don't get any of the extras. You don't get any hidden scenes or how they made this or filming locations. You don't get any of that stuff. It's like a very limited experience when you're streaming something, and you're very like stuck in a box. That's the way I felt the other day when I was sitting there going. I felt like I was stuck in a box, and literally, I'm in this little tiny box, and I got this limited little section of stuff to pick. And you can either pick this from the horror section, or you can pick this from the comedy section, or you can pick this from. But I could just take a walk into my library and be like, you know what? I feel like watching The Fly today, or I feel like watching. Oh, hey, I'm in the mood for some Stallone movies. I mean, what do I got over there for Stallone movies? I could watch Fist, or I could watch Oscar, or Copland, or Stop on My Mom Will Shoot, or Rambo's, or Driven, or uh, Death Race 2000, the original one. Oh, wait a minute, I might be in a mood for a Marvel movie. Yes, I know Disney Plus has the Marvel movies on it, but I'll tell you right now, they don't have all the Marvel movies. I went on the other day and I was looking for the last Spider-Man movie. Okay, the Spider-Man one where they put all the three original Spider-Man guys together. When you get the Tobey Maguire, and you get the Tom Holland, and you get is it Tom Holland? Something Holland. It's Holland. Yeah, Holland. This new guy, and you get that other guy, yeah, the Spider-Man guys. It wasn't there. It wasn't. They had Homecoming, and they had the second one or whatever, but they did not have the last one. I'm like, where is this last one? That's the one I want to watch. It's not here. Why is it not here? Because it's probably not owned by Disney, or maybe they're still trying to sell physical copies, so they ain't gonna put it on the channel yet. But it's coming. It's gonna come eventually. I came in the bedroom and I grabbed it and I watched it. You can start a nice little collection. Listen, I for the longest time, I have not looked in the $5 bin at Walmart. Matter of fact, for a while, they took the $5 bin at Walmart away. And it's all DVDs now. It's all, it's all, before they would have some DVDs, they have some Blu-rays, and there was a little bit of a mixture. You had your Blu-ray bin, and you had your DVD bin. The Blu-ray bin is gone. But all of the DVDs right now in that bin are all $5 a piece, $5 a piece. And they got new releases in those bins now. What happens is that the new releases come out, and then like 2 weeks later, they throw them in those bins, just the DVDs, because the DVDs don't sell. A lot of people aren't buying the DVDs. So if you are on a real tight budget and you want to start a nice little collection, there ain't nothing wrong with starting with DVD. You got yourself a nice TV, a nice surround sound system. You got a decent DVD player. There ain't nothing. As a matter of fact, this Kiss the Second Coming. I was like a humongous Kiss fan for the longest. I got Kiss tattoos. I was all kissed out for a while, and this got released. I watched this thing so many times. This is when they broke up, and then all of a sudden, Gene and Paul decided they were going to bring Peter and Ace back again, and this was them getting back together again to start the original Kiss lineup again. And it's the story of how they got back together and how they decided. I mean, they started off. They did the reunion on the Unplugged tour thing there, and it's got all of that special bonus feature stuff built into it. So you can't find this on a streaming channel. It's not there. It's just not there. But I'll tell you that I don't even know how many times I watched that video, because it was so cool to see them get back together again and create Kiss all over again. It's good to have, and I'll tell you right now, holding something like this is nostalgia to me. This is a piece of my childhood. This is a piece of my life. I mean, it's in the snap. Who remembers these snapper cases there? You open them. I still got all. And look at this, because it's so old. It even has the directions inside of what the Dolby Atmos is, and explains. I keep everything, so it's even got the. I mean, it's so cool. It's just so cool to have your own collection. It starts a social thing. You know what I mean? It's like to hold something in your hand is like a floodgate of memories coming back. Like listen, I have a lot of people on my channel, a lot of my YouTube community that talk to me about their movies, their favorite movies, the movies that they love, the movies they grew up with, and everything. And it all starts with them picking it up and holding it and reading the back. I mean, you got your whole synopsis on the back. You're not sure if you want to watch the movie or not. Oh, let me just read a little bit of the back of the movie, figure out whether or not I'm in the mood for this movie today. If you're not, you go grab the next one in line, or you go grab the next one in line, and eventually you find one. But as you're holding them, one of them might be like You know what? The cover of this thing. Look at that. Look at the cover of that. That's piquing my interest. What's it about? Oh, let's find out what it's about. And then once you're done watching, you're like, I want to watch some bonus stuff. You can watch some bonus stuff. But nothing. I'll tell you right now, nothing feels better than taking that physical media disc out, ejecting that disc player, putting that disc in, and then hearing the humming of the disc loading, and then which in a matter of seconds, you got that main menu, and you got your special features or your scene selections or you listen. Even with the scene selections, streaming services. Let's say you don't want to watch the opening credits. I find myself sometimes, because I've watched these movies so many times, I don't want to watch the opening credits. I don't need to watch that black screen with all the actors in it and everything, and this one's in this and this and that. And I'm like, I've seen that already. You know, matter of fact, I've been watching a lot of TV series lately. I'm like, I don't want to watch the opening credits. I don't want to watch the opening of All in the Family or the opening of Saved by the Bell or whatever it is. You hit chapter 2, the opening's gone, and you're right in the episode. And then once that's done, it's like hit the fast forward thing again, and you're on to the next episode. It's so convenient and easy and nostalgic, and it just owning your own collection makes it personal to you. You understand? It's personal to you. It's like you're not like a slave to the algorithm. You're not a slave to the company. And you look at that. So I know I get on some things, like I watch, like I put on a Netflix, and it'd be like, I'm in the mood to watch Karate Kid, and it says on the bottom of the thing, leaving soon. I almost feel like I'm obligated to watch the Karate Kid because it's no longer going to exist. It's leaving soon. Where's it going? But you know where it goes? It goes on Hulu. And then it goes back to Netflix, and then it goes back to Hulu. So you're paying extra money for all of these streaming services, and all you're doing is getting the movies bouncing back and forth and back and forth. It's like a tennis game of movies. It's like, if I don't catch the Karate Kid, here it is again. Like that happened to me with the Karate Kid. Literally, I'm like, yeah, I feel like watching a Karate Kid. I'm gonna watch it. Leaving soon. I better watch it now. And I watched it now, and then like a week later, it was gone off of Netflix. And where was it? Here it is. New on Hulu. No, listen, it's a game. They're playing a game with us. You know what I mean? They don't want us to own our own stuff so they can have control over us. They're trying to control us. Okay? They're choosing what you want, or you could watch. They're making decisions for you. You are a slave to your algorithm. You're a slave to whatever they decide that you want to watch. The other day I wanted to watch Waterworld. Yeah, a lot of people are like, I hate Waterworld. I love Waterworld. It's like a Mad Max on the water. I love Waterworld. I was looking for Waterworld. I couldn't find no damn Waterworld. I'm like, but I have it on like this massive Arrow video release or whatever with deluxe edition with 3 cuts of the movie. The deluxe edition, director's cut version, the theatrical version. I could pick a cut. In fact, if I wanted to watch all 3 of them, I could watch all 3 of them. And I'll tell you right now, when it comes to Waterworld, each movie seems like a different movie. It's like watching the movie for the first time all over again because the cuts are so different. It changes the storyline. You ain't gonna find that on a streaming channel. It's not there. They don't have 3 cuts of the movie. They don't have the director's cut, the unrated cut. And I had my daughter's boyfriend come over a couple days ago, whatever, and he's like, you ever see, I think it was the movie 43. You ever see movie 43? He goes, oh, that's kind of a messed up, crazy movie, isn't it? I'm like, yeah, I own that. I bought it from the Dollar Tree. I paid $1 for it. I got it on Blu-ray for $1. He's like, oh, yeah. You know, I'd like to see it because the one that they're streaming, or whatever it was he was streaming it on, had the regular theatrical version. He's like, and I don't remember the ending being like that. I remember having extra stuff. There was some funny stuff going on at the end. Which one? I said the one that I have is comes with the theatrical version and the unrated version. So I could watch either the one that you were watching, or I could watch the one with the extra features or whatever that you remember because probably you rented it or you got it from the Red Box or whatever it was, and that's when you watched it, and now you're watching on the streaming thing, and you're getting the whatever version they want to give you. Listen, I made this today because I'll tell you, I woke up today and I was just like, there's a problem here. We got a problem because some people don't understand that you can have a beautiful library, physical media collection that your whole family can enjoy, and you can start with just DVDs, and they're so easy to get and so cheap right now that you can just don't listen. I don't want to hear a lot of spoiled people be out there and be like, oh, well, why would we buy DVDs when we could buy 4Ks? They're the best. They're the best of the best. Not necessarily. You got yourself. Listen. we be spoiled. We spoiled. That's what the problem is. We spoiled. Listen, if you watch the stuff on Netflix and Hulu or whatever, you lazy. Okay, you're lazy and you don't want to get up and get your physical media, or you just didn't want to start a collection or whatever, or you just were like, oh, I'll watch whatever's here. Okay, I'll settle. I'll settle. Listen, I've been settling for things my entire life. After a while, you get tired of settling, and you're like, you know what? I want to have something that belongs to me. I want my childhood back. I want to watch me some original Wizard of Oz, not Oz the Great and Powerful or Wicked or whatever it is. I want to watch me the original Wizard of Oz, like I used to watch when I was a kid, that they used to show once a year on Channel 6 or whatever. I'm gonna go grab either my DVD, my Blu-ray, or my 4K, whatever preference that I have. Personally, I'll grab the Blu-ray because I think that's the better picture quality. I think the 4K is a little bit too dark. I'm not too happy about that. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you right now, if I grab that original DVD, which I have multiple times, it gives me more of that feeling like I watched it for the first time on Channel 6 as a child, because it's not so crisp and clean and clear and beautiful. It didn't polish it with a this and a that and the other like they did with the 4K. Make the greens greener where the Wicked Witch isn't even green anymore. Now she blue. You know what I mean? It's like, ain't nothing wrong with having a DVD collection. Just supporting physical media and having something that belongs to you that you can keep for a lifetime. There's something very personal about it. There's something very personal about having a collection of your own. There's nothing like walking up to that wall of movies and staring at that wall of movies and being like, yeah, I accomplished something. I'm in the mood to watch Carrie. Which one should I watch? Should I watch the TV remake? Should I watch the new remake? Should I watch the original? Which one should I? I got all three. Which one should I watch? If you go on your streaming channels, you're gonna watch whatever one they get to give you. Oh, none at all because they're not there. But over there, I'm like, you know what? And then you pull it out, and that's how you make your choice. You pull. I wish I was closer because I pull out my 3 carries I'm looking at right now from over there, and you look at the covers, you look at the backs. You kind of look at the pictures that they give you and everything like that, and you're like, yeah, you know, I'm in a mood for some Chloe Grace Moretz as Carrie, or I'm in a mood for the original Carrie there, starring wow, in my head, I got Sally Field and Sybil Shepherd in my head, and it's not Sally Field or Sybil Shepherd. I can go over there and grab it. That's another thing. I can't remember who the hell it is. I can go over there and grab it. Sissy Spacek. Okay, popped in my head. Because I can see her on the side of the cover. I can go grab my cover and be like, who played in this? What? You know what? It's nice to Google things. It's nice to go on your Internet Movie Database and look up things. But it's also nice to hold something and be like, I remember the first time I watched Carrie. I remember, me and my uncle, we went to the video store, and we were looking at what they had in and what they didn't have in, and behind the VHS box was a copy of Carrie that was available, and we rented it. We went home and we made some of those little microwave pizzas that taste like cardboard, and we sat down, and my grandmother was there, and we watched Carrie for the first I ever see for the first time, and I was like, what is that John Travolta? Is that John Travolta? Is that the guy from Greatest American Hero? What's going on over here? What is going? It's memories. It's memories, and I'll tell you right now, if you leave everything up to the streaming channels and everything, they're gonna control you. They're gonna take your stuff away. It's a form of censorship. It's a form of they're gonna decide what is like. You know what blew my mind? And another thing that popped into my head, and I'm gonna end it at this. Rocky Horror Picture Show is now owned by Disney. Owned by Disney. How long do you think they're going to let the sweet transvestite be owned by Disney before they decide to make this just disappear? You know what I mean? It's like, it's not politically correct. It's not Disney related. It doesn't have that Disney feel. It's only a matter of time before they make it disappear. It's their choice. They can do whatever they want. They own it. But know what they can't do? They can't come knocking at my door and say, hey, listen, give me all your copies of Rocky Horror Picture Show. What do you got, like 10 copies of that thing? Give them all to me so you can never see them again. No, you ain't gonna. Listen, from my dead hands, okay? Was it Planet of the Apes or Charlton Heston, you're going to pry this from my dead hands. You'll pry this from my dead hands. That's what I'll tell you right now. You ain't taking my Rocky Horror Picture Show away from me. This has been a staple in my life since, like, the first time I ever seen it. And every year since then. You know, you're not going to take this from me. It's mine. It belongs to me. That's why I got so many copies of it. I'm afraid something's going to happen to it. That's why I own so much of it. But it's now owned by Disney. If you didn't know that, 20th Century Fox and everything, does this say 20th Century Fox? Yep. 20th Century Fox is now owned by Disney. They have control over everything. Okay? I don't think you're going to find this on Disney Plus much longer. If it's available now, it's not going to be there much longer because they're going to be like, this is definitely not politically correct. This is not something that we want to promote. This is not what we want you to watch or whatever. Stop it. Just stop it. You stop. Listen, it's gone. It's gone. You can't watch it ever again. Okay, same thing with your Clockwork Oranges and your Caligula's and your Benny Hills and your I mean anything. Jason, Freddy. Oh, those are too gory. That's not good for the kids. What if your children then accidentally see a Friday the 13th or a Chucky movie or whatever? Let's make them all go away. Nah. Listen. Now is the time to start your physical media collection. If you can't afford it, start with the DVDs. Start simple. Start easy. You could buy. Matter of fact, if you go on eBay right now, you can buy a lot. Just put in DVD lot, and it's kind of fun. It kind of brings me back to like Columbia House or BMG. Remember when you used to get like 10 CDs or 10 cassette tapes for a penny? You know what I mean? And you pick whatever. They got people that are selling lots of DVDs. For like dollars. I mean, you could for like $10, you could probably get like 10 DVDs or 5 DVDs or whatever it is. I mean, if I was gonna start from fresh, like if I had nothing in my collection, I would just randomly be like, I'll take that collection right there. I'll take that lot for $7 or whatever, and I'll take those 12 DVDs for $7 because they have them. You can get 12 DVDs for $7. I'll take that lot. I'll have it delivered to my house. I'll put it in, and I'll just watch something different. I'll pick from the 12 I got, put them in, and have an experience. It just made me think of this. I had a thought. I had an epiphany this morning. I had a thought because I'm like, wow, you know, we're giving we're putting a lot of faith in a lot of people that we don't know to control our lives. We're putting a lot. You know, I'll tell you right now, the only person that I can trust and believe in and stuff like that, as far as a human being, is myself. You know, I decide what I'm gonna do. I make good choices. I make bad choices. I don't want to leave my destiny or my movie choices up to other people. That to me I'm back in school again, and that teacher's making me read that book I didn't want to read. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, listen, you're reading The Outsiders because everybody else is reading. That's all you got to read. You know what I mean? That's how Netflix is and Hulu. It's like you're gonna watch whatever this new release is because that's what everybody else is watching. And then you go to work and you get to talk about it. Hey, did you see that new Netflix movie? Yeah, I saw it. Why'd you see it? Because it was a new Netflix movie. It was the only one that they gave us to watch. It was the only choice I had. So let's talk about it. And then some people like, I didn't watch it. I wasn't in the mood for it. You know, I didn't see it because that's not what I enjoy. It's not my cup of tea. I don't like those kind of horror movies, or I don't like those kind of dramas, or I don't like those kind of documentaries or whatever. So what did you do this weekend? I went to my library and I picked something. I felt like watching Night of the Living Dead, or I felt like watching Fright Night this weekend. I felt like watching Jaws 3 in 3D with my old time 3D glasses on. I watched Freddy Final Nightmare with my 3D glasses on or whatever. Yeah, on my TV, I watched something in 3D. What the heck is that? 3D? What do you mean 3D? There's no 3D on my streaming channels. No, there isn't. Okay, there isn't. Okay, because that's the way it is. See, you're depriving yourself of the things that you loved as a child, and you're losing something in the mix, and you're letting them control you. Don't let them control you. Start a little collection. Listen, if you support physical media in any way, shape, or form, that's a great thing because they're going to keep producing it. I'm starting to see the sections getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And as long as you're buying something, they're going to keep making it. And that's good for me. That's good for you. That's good for everybody because you'll have control. The minute we give up our control and give up our childhoods and give up our teenage years, I'm waiting for a copy of House Party to come in with Kid and Play. The Criterion Collection just put it out, and I'm waiting for my delivery. Any day now, you're going to see a video of me unboxing House Party on Criterion Collection. When I saw that thing being released on a Criterion, just like Pee-wee's A Big Adventure, I saw that being released on Criterion. I was like, so I'm gonna get the movies that I love with a whole crap ton of extra stuff that I've never seen, behind the scenes footage, making of, documentaries, interviews with the actors, interviews with the directors, interviews with the creators, interviews with the writers. I'm gonna get to see all of this cool stuff. I'm more excited. I'm excited to relive the movie. Then I'm excited to relive the movie again through all of the bonus stuff that Criterion gives you. Now, one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to buy it from the Criterion half-off sale at the Barnes & Noble because it's cheaper to buy it on Amazon. I'll tell you right now. You people in Barnes & Noble land all crazy like be like, oh, look, it's $60 and they're having a half-off sale and it's $30. Well, let me bring in a little secret. It's $30 right now on Amazon already, okay? You don't have to wait for the Barnes & Noble sale because it's not really a sale. They mark it up to twice as much as what it's worth, and then they give you a half off, okay? So Barnes & Noble, they be tricking you. Go. You want to go to Barnes & Noble, go buy yourself a magazine, go buy yourself a book. Don't go there for their sales. Because the sales is not a sale. Okay, I watch this YouTuber all the time. He's like, oh, and if you haven't caught up on the Barnes & Noble sale yet, it's still going on for an additional week. And it's like, are you being promoted by Barnes & Noble? Because I'll tell you right now, I have never made a purchase, a Blu-ray, DVD, or 4K purchase from Barnes & Noble in my entire life. I've been there, looked at them. I like looking at them because I like looking at them and laughing a little bit. I look at them, I look at the prices, I'm like, that's a $50 for that? $100 for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trilogy? It's only $50. Why is it $100 here? Blu-ray? Not even a 4K. $100 here, $50 online. What the hell's going over here at Barnes & Noble? Listen, Barnes & Noble be crazy. Okay? They be crazy over there at the Barnes & Noble. They think we all stupid, okay? And everybody be like, oh, excited, run over there for the Barnes & Noble sale. Listen, anybody with common sense realizes that you can get it cheaper on eBay, Mercari, Amazon, or even if you just type in what you're looking for in your search engine on Google, they're going to lead you over to Walmart, they're going to lead you over to Best Buy, they're going to lead you over to whatever it is where you can get it a lot cheaper. And you're going to realize that whole pricing thing is crazy. But not to lose track of what I'm talking about here, you can get away real cheap and start a real nice collection with only like $5, $10. Okay, so go buy yourself a cheap player. Okay, you go to your thrift store, they got stacks of them. Okay, if you're lucky, they have a remote. If you're not lucky, you might have to get up and press play. My best bet is to buy. My big thing is if it don't have a remote, I kind of walk away. But you can literally buy a DVD player right now online. I mean, just search for it. Search on Amazon for like $25, $30, and then you get maybe free shipping or pay for the ship. I don't know, but you can start yourself a nice little DVD collection right now because a lot of people are like, hey, they've upgraded to Blu-ray or they upgraded to 4K. But as for me, I gotta tell you right now, like this doesn't have a actually this doesn't have. I don't know if this one does or not. This doesn't have a Blu-ray upgrade or a 4K upgrade. I still put this in my Blu-ray player, my 4K player, and I'm like, this is great. I'm enjoying it just like I always did. I got no complaints. If it had a Blu-ray or 4K upgrade, would I buy it? Maybe, maybe not. But that's choices that I get to make. It's all about the choices. It's all about the socializing with the other people. I created this. Most of this channel is about collecting physical media. If I didn't have physical media, what would we be talking about? The streaming channels? We talking about what you streamed yesterday or what you streamed today? It's about the collection. It's about having something that belongs to you. Don't let them take it from you. Start something that belongs to you. Start something that you could share with your children, and your children can share with their children. I got my granddaughter that comes over here, and I'll tell you right now, I pick a movie before she comes through the door, and I put it in the DVD player or a Blu-ray player, the 4K player, whatever I got going on in the living room. I put it on already, and I don't have it playing yet. When she goes to sit down and right away she wants to grab that control and put on that streaming channel, something of that she's watched like 4,000 times, I'm like, no. Let me press play. We're going to watch Labyrinth, okay? Or we're going to watch The Dark Crystal. Or we're going to watch, I think last time she came out over here, we put on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original one with Corey Feldman as Donatello. And I was like, and I'll tell you, I've had so many moments where she's like, I want to go to his house and I want to watch this. Christmas time came, we watched Snowman one there, Jack Frost with Michael Keaton. And she came over here and she sat down and watched with me, and then she went home with her mother, and she's like, I want to watch the Snowman movie, Mommy. I want to watch the Snowman movie that I watched at his house. I want to watch a Snowman movie. And my daughter's like, it's not on anything. We can't, it's only at his house because he's got the movie and whatever. And then I'm getting a phone call and she really wants to watch that Snowman movie. Or she wants to watch Coraline. Or she wants to watch, and I'm like, well, when she comes by to visit, we can have that moment again. You know what I mean? It's something special you can share with your family. And then the thing is, when you get, as you get older, you know, they share with their kids, and it goes on and on and on. Listen, if we don't hang on to these things, they're going to disappear. They're going to disappear. I listen. Mark my words. Write the date down. Whatever you get this day on in your life when I'm saying this thing, some of the stuff that you love is going to disappear, and you're really going to be kicking yourself in the future because you'll be like, man, what was that movie that I watched when I was a kid and it had Tim Curry in it? And this little girl, I think it was Fairuza Balk, and it was about witches or whatever. The Worst Witch. I got 2 copies over there, just in case something happens. A copy number 1, because my kids used to love to watch The Worst Witch with Tim Curry. Where's you find me The Worst Witch on any of these streaming channels? Good luck. Good luck. And with that said, my friends, please listen, comment below. That's what it's all about. It's all about socializing. It's all, listen, remember what it was like to be a kid. Remember what it was like to go to that video store and talk to your friends about the movies that you saw. And you're like, I rented that last week. That's a good one. You should rent that one too. Or let's go take this. Hey, we're going to rent Animal House. We're going to watch it together. Or we're going to rent 1941. We're going to watch it together. We're going to rent the Blues Brothers. We're going to watch it together. We're going to have this moment or whatever it is. And not only that, if we want, we can get the unrated version of the Blues Brothers because they got the extended version over here on Blu-ray, and I could never see that before because I was only allowed to watch the theatrical version because that's all that was to offer. But now they got even more to offer. Where's the Blues Brothers on Netflix, Hulu, or Paramount Plus? Or what? It's not there. It's not there. So yeah, comment below, like, share, subscribe. Come back for more. Hit that bell for notifications. Listen, I appreciate you. You guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. Listen, you're my people. Like Kiss always says, these are my people. You know what I mean? You are my people. And we gotta stick together on this thing. We gotta stick together. And with that said, my friends, I will see you later.
You should have saved me some.